Hey guys, welcome to Star Wars on High. Thank you for stopping by. We are back with another episode of The Bad Batch, episode 3. Look out, there will be some spoilers ahead. But if you want my quick thoughts, if you're just going to watch the first couple seconds, get my rating, move on. Let me just tell you, this episode I think was phenomenal. I think it's one of the best episodes of The Bad Batch that we've had through season 1 and up to these first 3 episodes of season 2. It was weighty, it was emotional, it was technically well executed, and I think it's about as good as Star Wars animation gets. So that's my quick thoughts, but look out for spoilers ahead. So episode 3 is called The Solitary Clone, and the first 2 episodes focused on the main crew of the Bad Batch, and this episode gave us a look at Crosshair. And when I talk about technical execution, if you watched my first episode review, you've heard me say this. The animation quality is the best it's ever been for Star Wars. It looks so insanely good. So many shots in here. In particular, there's one towards the end of the episode where we zoom out on this kind of castle setup, this main center city in Desix, and you see this Star Destroyer above, kind of in this red cloud, and it's picturesque, it's beautiful, it's wallpaper worthy, it's fantastic, and there are so many shots like that throughout the episode. But let's also give some recognition to the score. This episode had some of the best music, so somber, so powerful. Such an emotional, weighty episode in the best ways. And so I'm going to talk about this throughout the season, I'm sure, but it just has to be commended. This is such a well done show. And I can't believe how far we've come. Go back and watch those first couple seasons of the Clone Wars to where we are today. They have really honed it on their craft, and I love the fact they continue to support it with things like Tales of the Jedi, with the Bad Batch. I hope it never stops. I hope animated Star Wars throughout the eras is in the cards. But with that out of the way, this episode was so fun, because fun is, I guess, a weird word, because it was very dark and very emotional. But we get the return of Cody. And in this very interesting twist, the episode is kind of flipped, where it feels like the Clone Wars. We have a group of clones going on a mission to overthrow some droids in a separatist holdout. But the roles are reversed. The clones are actually the bad guys, and the reprogrammed droids defending their home city are actually the good. And they played with that a lot this episode. They really showed how isolated, how these clones have lost their purpose, they've lost their way. Crosshair continues to be, I think, a really well done villain. I actually like how they continue to have him make these dark choices, these very black and white views of we follow orders, we do what we're told. And I'm fine that they continue to take him down there. I do think he'll have some sort of redemption moment, but he is very hardened. He is very broken. We find out in a heartbreaking turn that he sat on Kamino for like 32 days after the finale, just there by himself, left behind because he was too stubborn, too locked in to go with the crew as he left, his family and his friends as they left. And that was just so powerful. The episode shows how isolated he's becoming, how the clones are questioning. Cody finally gets kind of his redemption arc here, where he goes on this mission. I loved his gray armor, by the way. It looked phenomenal. It was so cool. It just really fit this very somber era we're in Star Wars. He works with Crosshair, Cody continues to question his programming, is continuing to see there's evil here, there's wrong here. In the end, he finally departs, leaving Crosshair again isolated, right? It's still there, still this last clone kind of hanging on to this old idea. And it was in 30 minutes they executed this, and probably with credits, probably 25, 28 minutes. They executed such a great story. And this is why I love what animated Star Wars has brought. It not only fills in the details of these eras and the gaps in these eras, but it shows entirely new perspectives on what these conflicts meant. In the original 6 films, and I'm talking, I'm saying original, obviously the prequel trilogy was not original, but in those films, it focuses so much on these larger-than-life Jedi and these heroes, and you don't understand fully what it meant to the people fighting this war. Through the Clone Wars, through the Bad Batch, through shows like Andor now, through Solo, you are seeing Rogue One. You are seeing what was actually at stake here. Why Luke was so important, why Anakin's sacrifice or fall was so heartbreaking. These are being exposed and fleshed out in ways that we just hadn't seen before. And this is enhancing, to me, the overall Star Wars universe. And so when an episode comes through like this, shows you a truly heartbreaking, sad, powerful, dark, somber story, I mean, it's just a tip of the cap to what this medium can do. And I absolutely love this episode. I'm so excited to see where the season goes. And wow, to me, I felt the first two episodes were fine. They just kind of picked up where we left off. This was like an elevated episode. This elevated the show as a whole. And I'm not sure every episode will hit this level, but this was certainly really good. And a reminder, it's not always just a fun, happy kid show. Animated Star Wars is not that. It's so much more. Wow, great episode. I mean, what did you guys think? Let me know down below. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. We're going to be talking about Bad Batch and all the other Star Wars shows this year. I love the Bad Batch. I love animated Star Wars. I'm so happy we're getting more of this, and I hope that folks are supporting it on Disney Plus, and I hope Lucasfilm is not afraid to continue to put this product out there because it's really, really great. I'm curious, though, do you guys think this is the last season of the Bad Batch? I thought they would do 3 seasons, but maybe it'll be 4 or 5, or maybe it'll just be 2 because there's only so many stories they can tell. There's a balancing act here where you want, a story to be long enough that we can really grow with these characters, and if any of them fall, we feel that heartache. We don't want to keep a show going forever, and the story becomes watered down and convoluted. So they're walking a fine line here, and I'm very curious how they've kind of mapped out the show's path for the future. But again, thank you guys for stopping by. Let us know what you think down below. Stay tuned in. Thursday night, we'll do live streams talking about these episodes and all the other Star Wars news. It is going to be an awesome 2023. We hope you guys stick around and enjoy it with us. Thanks so much. See you guys again very soon.